to all of you listening right now on this beautiful Wednesday morning. Every first and last Wednesday morning is the program Education at Midweek from 9 to 10 a.m. in the morning. And the rest of the Wednesday, we come on ERBC from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. So it means that the second Wednesday is from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. The first and last Wednesday is from 9 to 10. So I want to say you are welcome this morning to Education at Midweek. This program is designed by the Communication Division at the Ministry of Education and approved by the senior management team and under the direct supervision of Professor Dian Sisodin at the Ministry of Education. Of course, on behalf of the communication team, my name is Maxim Bleetahn of this morning with Stewart, and together we hope to coordinate and maybe bring some wonderful enlightenment this morning on this program. This morning, we'll be highlighting the graduation fees at various schools, especially the public and the private schools. We'll also be giving you updates from the Ministry of Education regarding the renovation of schools. We also talk about WAEC and WAX fees, and also talking about the precise time for graduation. And the minister will also be emphasizing on the closing date and the reopening of schools in the Republic of Liberia. So please stick and still, and I have a wonderful time together on the Super Morning Show on Education at Midweek. Very shortly, we'll be getting to the Minister of Education, Professor Dian Sisodin, so that he will give you the latest. Now he's on the line. Good morning, Prof.
Good morning, Mr. Bleetahn. Good morning. How are you today?
Yeah, my colleague Stewart is here.
Stewart, okay. He's the host. All right. Good morning, Stewart. How's everything today?
I'm okay, Professor. And
I listen to Morning Matters as the real critical issues, but I'm sure all of those will be behind also.
Okay, so Minister, let's get down to business. Let's talk about graduation fever is around the corner. People are talking about graduation fees in private schools, in public schools. You being the Minister of Education, all ears are listening this morning to hear you regarding the fees for graduation for public and private schools as per your regulations and policies from the Ministry of Education. Could you give us your standing, what you have sanctioned, what you approved?
Yeah, good morning. Again, let me just not forget to give credit to whom credit belongs, the President of Liberia, who spearheads the activities of this country and under whose gavel we perform the tasks that have been entrusted to us. I'm sure the public appreciate, members of the public, some appreciate, some don't, but you don't expect everyone to appreciate what you do, even among your children. So you just do your very best and satisfy the public and your conscience as well. So insofar as the work is concerned, I was just listening to the special award that the president will be receiving in Jerusalem this morning. I'm just happy to know that, because the Holy Land is the Holy Land. It's always been the Holy Land. That whole place, it can't change. God has designated it. So the president being there with a delegation who will be observing the conferring of such specific honor is a pride for the Republic. It's not just for the president. The president is there as the president of the Republic of Liberia. And the honors he receives is that honor for the Republic. Yes, it's bestowed upon him, but the country is acknowledged under his watch. The things that we do that cause these credits to come along, it deserves commendation. So I just want to tell Mr. President, thank you. Do your best. God willing, we are back again 2024. Now, let me just come quickly to the graduation. First of all, we have agreed the number of courses that the student is passing before they take part in the graduation ceremonies, which is 4.
Yeah.
And the universities are also now taking up 4, 5, 4, 5. So we cannot be fooling the kids, taking it out of our high school at less than 2, 3, and then expecting university to take them. When the universities don't take them, the next thing is they become wayward. You don't want that. So that means we are giving them one impression, and universities are giving them a different impression. So we have to be on the same level. So we agree on 4. Next year, by 2024, 2025, we're going to 5. Now, for now, it's 4. It has been 3 all along. Now, the graduation is the result from the WAS exam is a prerequisite for the final clearance for any student that is considered to have completed high school in the Republic. Not only in Liberia, we're talking about Liberia, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Gambia, Nigeria. We have tied ourselves to a standard exam called WAS. That standard exam is the icing on the cake when it comes to the teaching and learning of students in secondary school. Now, many of the other countries, you got to pass 5 and 5 with credit. But since we have started taking the test just from 2018, the others have started 10 years earlier, we've gradually been moving from 2 to 3, now we are to 4. That's the reason why we are not to 5 yet, but we're going there. Now, the students, when time for graduation, we normally hear from on radio as schools are charging $500, $300, $250 for graduation. Graduation fee, we assess it. We had a committee from the instruction division that met with the Principals Association, and they sat down and calculated what it takes for graduation. Now, that graduation includes transcript, it includes souvenir program printing, it includes hall rental, it includes PA system, it includes water and other small things that can normally come at the time of graduation. Period. Now, for that, we calculated with them and we got to the amount of 75 United States dollars. 75
for private schools.
For private schools.
Okay.
It should have been for all schools, but the government will discount it.
Okay.
Graduation is graduation. It should have been for all schools, but in the government school, we rebate, we discounted it and limited our principal from doing particular things.
Okay.
Now, so it is $75. In any case, regardless of the number of students and so forth, we said it should not exceed 100 United States dollars. And that includes letter of recommendation, transcript the year, and so the student does not diploma cover everything in that package.
Yeah.
Fine. Now, that means when the student completes and participates in the graduation ceremony, you don't ask them for new money for transcript to go anywhere because it's included. I am asking all parents not to cooperate. If anybody is asking you to pay $200 for graduation, $150 for graduation, $300 for graduation, do not cooperate. I'm talking about the government perspective. We are not going to be at all schools. I don't want you to go pay money, then you go on radio and say people are exploiting all ministry, not doing anything. We are not at the school. You are at the school. You are the one interacting with school. You need to let them know that the regulation is not to exceed 100. Now, let me also talk to the school. Mr. School or Mrs. School, Do not engage in activities that will cost you more than the 75 or 100. There are times the students themselves will meet as a class. They want to wear medal. They want to wear special design T-shirts. They want to wear special uniform. They want to wear special this. That is not your business. That is not part of graduation. If they want to do that, then they must go and the class must meet the PTA and decide that because that their parents that will be involved with that payment. The money that goes to the school for the work of the school, for the graduation of the student, is $75. In any case, it must not exceed $100. In the case of public school, it's $5,000 Liberian dollars. Now, the Liberian dollar has reduced a little bit, so you, the school, now can decide what things you can leave out. But we don't want you exceeding the $5,000. There'll be one or two things that you are going to incur. You can leave them out. The student can wear your uniform and come for graduation.
Very
so,
good.
no matter you going to work for anything else. So I just wanted to make that emphasis. Parents do not pay more than that, and schools do not collect more than that. If the students have a meeting and they decide that they want to have a party, they want to do this, that's their business. Let them collect them. Let them do what they want to do. That one, I don't want the school name for. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Minister, what will happen if a school say the Ministry of Education is not responsible for my school? I've been the one pay my teachers. I build my own school. I've been, taking care of my own, activities. So anything Ministry of Education say, I will not go by it. I will charge anything I wish to charge. This is my private school.
Yeah, but then they can carry the school in the sky. But the school is in the republic. And this is a country. Even the school principal, if the school principal say that, then in my mind, something wrong with that principal.
Okay.
All the principal is telling the student is, even in my school, student, when you come, you can use my office for bathroom. You don't have to go to a real bathroom. Student, when you can come anytime you want to come. No problem. That means you are saying that there's no regulation, nobody give any instruction, nobody gives authority for everybody. Everybody is free for all. No principal who is their principal or owner of a school will do, because don't forget, we gave you the permit to run. Otherwise, you will not run the school. You can build it, you will not run the school. And if you insist that you will make one corner school, when we find out, we delete your name from the list of schools, will remove your name from the wire listing. None of your students will take watch for wire from your school, and the parent will get the children different place. If you just decide that you want to be standing up to, you don't stand up to government. We are regulating, not you. So I just want to make that clarification. But first of all, Bleetahn, I don't think any principal will want to say that. But the principals are loyal party, and they will not want to do something like that. Thank you.
Okay, Minister, let's come to this one. Could you give us update on the closing date?
All right. Schools should have been ending the exam at the end of this month, June. First, last week in June, first few days in July.
Yeah, from the 3rd to the 7th. Yeah.
That was should have been ending. I understand there are many schools that concluded all of that in May. That means that the 10th month of school, that school short-circuited it. They did not cover their curriculum. They did not do due diligence, because there is no way you will cover your curriculum. Of course, you can cover the curriculum. Just go ahead and teach a 5-day subject in one day. You can go ahead, but you are not teaching for the students to learn, and that is why we spread the academic year to 10 months. Now, the 10 months has lessons per period. There are 6 marking periods. Those lessons are to be covered. The students have attention and learning span. You don't take 2-3 day lesson and cram it to them in one day because you want to finish and close. Yeah, you can do it, but they're not learning. So all you're doing is just killing time so that you can close and you go. I'm asking the CEOs and the DOs who are responsible. Their job is to make sure that they find out those schools that close end of May, those schools that close 1st week in June, Those schools that ended ever since. We need to find out why there has to be a fine imposed for those violations. They are not to do that. And frankly, that the CEO's job. That's why they call CEOs. That's why we gave each one of them a vehicle. Brand new. I think only 6 of them got used one. The other 9, they got brand new with plastic on the seat. Those vehicles have to be used for the purpose, not to be running between counties and Monrovia and counties. You got nothing to do in Monrovia. Your job is in your county. And even those who are in Monserrato, their job is not to stay in their offices. Their job is to visit the school. Just get up and visit schools and find out what's going on.
But Minister, let me just say, some of the school administrators are saying that the 10 months, it was too long. They don't have money to pay for additional 2 months. So they cut the time short for 8 months. That was their budget, like where a budget could stop them to pay the teachers. There was no additional money, and the ministry not giving them extra money. So they just cut this short 8 months and they close.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But then you have no business running school. They don't have money. They're not able to raise money to do it. So the tuition that they have charged the students, they waive it. I need to know if they waive the tuition or they try to make profit. I don't think so. Because basically schools are not for profit. Schools raise money to pay teachers, take care of the facilities. Schools render service. Schools like hospitals. They should keep rolling on, taking care of all the expenses they need to take care of. If there's a little surplus left, they put it back to plow to the school. Yeah, the owner of the school may use some for themselves, but the personal interest of the owner of the school should not supersede the purpose of the school. So if the school is 10 months, the school is 10 months. The curriculum is for 10 months. You hire the teacher for 10 months, and then you shut them down in 8 months. Just so you will not pay them. Why would they say that? So the government is supposed to pay all the private school teachers. Is that what they're saying? Otherwise than that, if you know that you cannot run the school, don't run the school. Don't start a school. You're not making market. You're rendering a service to develop the nation's human capital. So you can't do it like you're selling general goods, general commodity. You have to do it with dedication and purpose. So if your purpose is to raise money and when the money not enough, you keep it and then you let the teachers go, then something got to be wrong. This coming academic year, we even have to ask the CEOs to visit some of these schools and look at their tuition and see what they collect, what they're paying their teachers. We need to see what they're paying. I know the government is highest paying for all teachers across this country. Nobody pays like government school, except those people that charging tuition in the thousands. But other than that, that's it.
Okay.
So
all
I
right.
want to make emphasis.
Okay, Minister, let's come to this one. I just received a text from someone said, the students in school from K2 all the way to 12th grade, and is it wrong for us to have an honoring program or a Thanksgiving program for them before the release of the wax result, Mr. Minister?
For all of the students in the 12th grade, the Thanksgiving program should be held when you are having baccalaureate. That's why we normally have baccalaureate. The baccalaureate services are normally planned for Thanksgiving for the students who are about to leave your school. So you have that program in the week of graduation. So therefore, you already have the WIAC results, which WASH result, which will be coming soon. Once you get those, you can plan the program. So you plan all the program and only wait for the dates. But for you to come now and say you're having honoring program and Thanksgiving service, practically the intention was to do graduation and let the kids go. So we have prohibited that. To get a WASH result, to do your graduation, do all the Thanksgiving, pray for the kids, and they can go. But not before you are ready for graduation. Now, the small children normally close a little earlier, the K2. They normally close almost then. They should be closed by now.
Yeah. Okay.
Those small kids should be in school by this particular time.
Okay.
But I'm talking mainly about the upper level.
Okay, Minister. So are you say now strictly from the ministry, no graduation until the release of the wax result?
No graduation ceremony for students completing secondary school until the wax results are released. Now, mind you, the students are finished. They're not doing anything else. They're only waiting to get their clearances and so forth. So you just have to wait until wax result come and you do your graduation ceremony. Okay. And the WIAC man have promised us that would be short. In fact, he already told me that by the 15th or before the 20th of this month, the WIAC result for 3rd, 6th, and 9th grade will all be ready, so that schools can begin to evaluate their students from 10th grade to 12th. Let me emphasize this. Any student who did not sit the 9th grade exam is not eligible to go to 10th grade. Any student who did not register for or take the 9th grade exam is not eligible to go to 10th grade. I want to make that clarification. We are not administering this exam. It's not a party. It's an evaluation criteria to see if the school system is improving or degenerating. And the only way we know is not from the exam that teachers administer in the school. As much as important as those are, as critical as those are, the external exams that come by WAS using the same syllabus that you have taught the student over time, if the students are performing in those exams, it gives us some comfort that we are doing better. If the student don't take those exams and you just move on, how do we know the evaluation that you're doing in the school if it's strong enough to determine the student moving forward? So it is compulsory. I just want to make that emphasis. WAS result before moving forward.
Okay, my colleague want to ask you.
Yeah,
Stewart.
Minister, the last time we spoke with our correspondent in Lower Margibi, he spoke to us about the fine that was imposed on the school in Margibi County, Lower Margibi County precisely. How far are we with this fine? Because according to him, the administration or the principal of that school has not taken that fine as something serious on the part of the Ministry of Education.
Unfortunately, I got the name of the principal. He was the same principal who caused problem in Grand Bazaar in the Methodist school system. And I reported that matter to the bishop. And instead of taking him out of the school system because he's not a school administrator, they took him from Bazaar and carried him to Margibi. He had gone to Margibi and decided again that he's a law to himself. Now I'm going to get back to the bishop. If that one gentleman is so indispensable to the entire Maryland school system, then we're going to have to see where the school system or the Ministry of Education, who has the final authority. That one person, his name is one Mr. Carr. He caused so much problem in Grand Bazaar. In one of the schools that we have to insist that he leave the Bazaar school system. They move him from the Bazaar school and send him to Margibi, and decide they will pay the fine. If the fine is not paid, I'm going to do a formal letter to the bishop. Wherever he is assigned, that school will be disbarred. I don't care who speak about it, because if this gentleman is as so relevant to the school system of the Maryland school that he can do anything and he will get protection, it has come to an end. The school will pay that fine. And he told the CEO that he's not subject. He got their own. They got their own school system. He's not subject to no CEO. He will do what he want to do, and nobody can stop him. That's fine.
What was the act committed? What was the crime committed by the school by the school's administration?
I pretend to call the CEO, and they will talk about it.
Okay, we'll talk about our CEO. Okay, Minister. Let's get to this one. Let's get to this one. People want to know the reopening of schools for academic year 2023-2024.
Excellent. The academic calendar has already been sent on the ministry's website.
Yeah.
We're trying to go digital gradually, folks. You have to come along. Please, Camel. The academic calendar for 2023-2024 have been posted on the ministry's website. Maybe Britain, I will ask, we can get information from other websites and send it to as many websites as possible. We're trying to go digital gradually. We can be in the 19th century. We're in the 21st century. However, we are still printing about 3,000 copies that will give the school systems that they can have copy and so forth just in case. But here's the issue. October will be elections. October 10th. We know whether or not we say school will be out of session, some people will not be in school. Students, some adult students will want to go to the place where they register to vote, especially people who did not register in their location. Some principals, some teachers who from different locations. So what we decided is there will be at least the Friday before, because election will be Tuesday. The Friday that preceding the election, after school that Friday, we will close schools from that Friday to election week. We also know that our election takes place on Tuesday. Many teachers who might have left to go different places may not come back Wednesday or Thursday. So that week of the election, we let it go. Monday morning, bright early, everybody. Therefore, we have decided that everybody begins school on September 5. I think September 5 should be a Monday, the first month. Every school should commence September 5. Now, that means we'll go to school all of September, and then October we take that week off, so we'll not lose too much time. So I just want to make that clarification. Please check on the ministry's website, and if they don't, get back to Mr. Bleetahn. Tell Mr. Bleetahn that we have Mr. Bleetahn, so you can follow up. And
I will do it. I will do everything, Minister. Don't worry.
We also need to do a lot of public service announcements regarding the website regarding the academic calendar. But that is it. We'll try to keep repeating it. We are not supposed to be closing school because of the election. Only the day of election, Tuesday, is actually a holiday for the whole country. However, we are also rational people. We know what can happen when election is coming and when election is over. So Friday of the week preceding the Tuesday of the election, when you come from school that Friday, you may go to wherever location you register. I hope you register in your district, then you can vote on that Tuesday. And then we hope that all teachers and principals and people can come back during the course of that week. The following Monday, we move on with school. Now, that means that in the month of August is registration period. Please do the registration. Emphasize registration in the month of August. July, August, let people register. So you don't say, well, we're not opening because no student has come. Let all your students who intend to come back pre-register as they leave as you close school. Let them pre-register as they close, so you know who's coming back and who's not coming back.
Okay, Minister. Let's get to this one. You earlier told us that 9th graders, it is compulsory, it is mandatory that you pass WAEC before being promoted to 10th grade. Are you still strong on that?
Of course, it's not a matter of me being strong. This is a policy issue.
Okay.
We know our students are moving on to senior secondary.
Mm-hmm.
We have checked our own records against the rest of the region. Some of the places that we send our students out of country, some of the good scholarships are looking for students with B in the WAS exam. I'm saying for your school, looking for B in the WAS exam. Some of them looking for A in the WAS exam. So that we have been having dispensation with many of these foreign scholarships, and then we've been going gradually. Now, what we have tried to do is to see whether the student from 9th grade has the capacity to move on. So the first prerequisite is you must sit the 9th grade exam. If you don't sit the 9th grade exam, you are not eligible to go forward. That's one. Number two, when you take the 9th grade exam, you must pass 3 of the 4 subjects. I can say this clearly because in the past 2 years, students have been over 85% of the students have been passing 3 subjects. So I'm confident that they can all do that. However, we also make a provision through WIAC that if the student passed 2 and they didn't pass the 3rd, WIAC will administer a makeup exam, not makeup, a resitter for that one subject, but so that the student go ahead. We are not interested in holding students behind. Our interest is that the student progress. But the system got to be made strong. So as a student progress, they must progress properly. That is the emphasis we make. Number one, you must have taken the exam.
Mhm.
It does not apply to the other 2 levels. On 6th grade, we can even if you go to 7, the school should make sure that you retake that exam even if you go to 7. In 3rd grade, even if you go to 4, the school must make sure that you still take the exam when you are in 4. You must have that result so that we grade you from grade 3, we grade you from grade 6, we grade you from grade 9. When you take those 3 exams, I don't care how difficult things have been, we will know that you are now a good academic material proceeding into high school. And when you're coming out of high school, the universities will not have to bend backwards to pick you up in the university because you don't have the WIAC result. We want the secondary school system to be strong enough. As we go into the second mandate of this president, who is concerned about the human capacity development, we need to make effort. Let me tell you, the entire United Nations system is hosting the Human Capital High Level Conference in Tanzania in this month. And it is intended to evaluate the human capital position of each of the member countries. Our country will be there. We will have to make representation as to where we used to be and where we are now. And we believe where we will be by 2030. Because by 2032, the 6th cycle of the least developed country conference will be here. I don't know where. It's a United Nations program. Liberia now must be moving on. By the time we go to that place, the record must not show that our human capital is as it was 10 years ago.
Yeah, Minister, before we go to the line, we want you to please stay on. We want to take a few callers this morning. There are many schools already promoted 9th graders to 10th grade. Are you telling them to bring the student back in 9th grade until after the WIAC result?
Well, look, here's the issue.
Wow.
One, if the student did not take the WIAC exam, you cannot promote them to 10th grade. That's one. Because they are not eligible. They are not yet a completed student for 10th grade. Why? Because the exam that's supposed to determine whether or not they are prepared to go forward, they didn't take it. I'm talking about those who did not take it.
Okay.
Those who took it,
Mm-hmm.
and they already and they have already done promotions.
Yeah.
That means automatically that those schools have closed. And the schools should not have been closed. So they are ahead of all when it comes to this. This is why all of us want to respect the timing. Time for this, time for exam, time for this. So when we go with respect to the timing, nobody will be going backwards. But people want to close quickly and get people out of their place. But you are going against the calendar. But people, school is not like one of the other services. School is human capital creation. School is developing people. School requires time. School requires contribution and investment. School requires time. You don't spend the time, you don't get the lessons out. When you don't get the lesson out, you have not learned well, and you just skipping and going foul and going foul. So we came to that point now. If schools have already done so, what I'm asking them to do is to make sure that those particular students sit set the WAYAC, not what, the WAYAC recital that will be scheduled by WAYAC before school open in September. One subject.
Okay.
That's about. I believe that most of them have already done well because the last 2 years' results tell me that minimum 85%, 85% of our students have been passing 2 subjects, 3 subjects, 2 subjects, 3 subjects. It gave me comfort that I believe the 9th graders and the 6th graders have been doing relatively well. So there may be few exceptions. Those few exceptions can just take recital and you can let them go.
Okay.
Let them go to the next
Okay, Minister, can you please be on the line so that we'll take maybe 4 or 5 callers here this morning. Let's hear from the public regarding what you just stated, please.
Yeah, I will be on the line, but I'm in the car and I'm not writing. So you can take note of it.
I'll be writing it for you.
Yeah, just take note of a few questions quickly.
Okay.
And then don't make it too many now.
Okay.
It's already 9:47.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yes.
The number.
So the numbers to call and be a part of the program this morning. 0880-514-096, 0880-514-096, or alternatively you can call 0778-501497, 0778-501497. You can call these numbers. The Minister of Education is on the line this morning. Let's go to the line and speak with our first caller. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, I'm Ezekiel calling from Brighton community.
Let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, I want to get a special number for internet. My child was using from K2 or the 12th grade, where the school demanding $200 for graduation. I want to get a number in case it's too having to come with graduation. How can I get to the
Okay. Thank you. The minister will answer that. Let's talk to this person. Good morning. We lost that caller. Let's talk to this person on this line. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Abraham David. I do call from Manorville. I'm listening to the minister in city on issues concerning the opening of the academic 2003 academic year. And I want to make an input on the issue when you talk about this new academic year, where the 9th graders, when you not pass back, you will not be promoted to the next class, the 10th grade. I want to see how effective that would be because, like, for example, a student from Monrovia is going to Master County and the school on that side. How can the school on that side register that student that passed that one to get that record be tracked?
Okay. Thank you. Let's talk to this person. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
This is Reverend Glamour.
Let's hear you, Reverend.
Yeah, one thing you didn't ask the minister is about the 6th grade and the 9th grade graduation. Some schools are stayed going ahead with 6th grade and 9th grade graduation. And Reverend Bleetahn, I send you a text. I have always sent you texts concerning things in the school, but you don't respond. I want to get a minister number. Thank you.
The minister listening. He will. Okay. Let's see if we can speak with this person on this line. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Let me say good morning to the Honorable Minister in studio. This is Activate Martin Wender, and I do join ERPC this morning from SEAL, the biggest intellectual center. I must admit, in the minister expertise, there were a lot of training positive issues that relate to the educational sector of our country. Mind you, some of the things he said, it is the authority, and some of the things he said, it is not the reality. However, we have got to realize that in fact, some of those Muslim backyard school around here, it is the one that is facing serious problem for our educational sector. What do I mean? Some of those backyard Muslim schools are raising high school fees on the parents and on the sister and parents that are managing their children in school. What are some of those prerequisites requirements that the Ministry of Education is doing, and how do the Ministry of Education carry out the inspection? Because, mind you, I'm fully aware that in fact, for the past 2 years, a school in Delaware level, what I've done, vis-a-vis the Panama Public School, have not had inspection on their daily routine. It brings me to my knowledge of understanding that in fact, school fees have been extorted from students, like what the children doing going school also. At the ministry thing,
Okay, we can keep it on the line for others. Are you on? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Please go ahead. We don't have time.
Okay, this is Nimosawa calling from Sano County.
Let's hear you quickly.
Okay, the minister talked about the government, the public school graduation fee. But my concern is that the graduation fee for the public school, which is about 4,000, you're not making specific. Well, K2, because we get K2 graduation fee, 6 grade graduation fee, 9 grade graduation fee, and 12 grade, 12 grade graduation fee. So let me make it, specific for us.
Okay, we will take.
On the level.
Thank you. We take 3 more calls, then we'll go to the minister to address them because we don't have time. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, this is Brown Tate from Monrovia.
Let's hear you, Brown.
I want to thank the minister and just what the mayor was saying to put in category for all for the graduation fee. But the question I want to ask is that those who took wire before, I think education ministry and wire, they are working together. They took it and then they placed their result on hold up to present. Last year, up to present, we don't know why it's taking place. And some of those people, they want to move on with their life. So when you place it on hold and you're not explaining anything, it makes it difficult for the student to move forward.
Okay.
So can the minister through live or can the minister liaise with wire so we'll know exactly what happened and then they can reset if the need is required. Thank you.
Thank you. We take 2 more. Morning.
good morning, how are you?
I'm okay. Please go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Momo calling from Fender.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to thank the minister. The minister is working. Minister Tony, thank you very much. But I said the other day, the ministry, thank you for bringing the radio station. But then you have to help all those all are in the interior by bringing some of the things on chip. Yeah, why you did your own radio, then we can buy the chip and be playing our radio for our children. Because the radio station will be all over, but not everybody can listen to radio, but when the chip is in the market, everybody is playing it. All of people will be encouraged to buy it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We take our last person on this line. This last person. Okay, morning.
The callers are too much this morning. Wow, my phone is fussing.
Good morning. Okay, we take this person. Morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning. Please go ahead quickly.
Yeah, I want to talk to the ministers. I need to leave from Takata. Please help me. Please get my number, please. I thought my daughter for school in Boston.
Morning. Morning.
Hello.
Morning. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good morning.
Please go ahead quickly. You are our last caller.
I want to check your information, but I'm from my TV and I live.
Okay. We just we stop just like that. We go.
Go to the minister. Minister,
you can just respond right in 3 minutes.
Summarize.
Yes, like in 3 minutes. The minister.
The mayor thing. The minister will soon be calling. Minister Soding, if you're listening, you can call. We'll take your call and you interact with the people and address their concerns. Of course, the minister is on time. Hello, minister.
Yeah, I'm back on the line.
Yeah. So, minister, you listen to the callers. Which way you can address so we can remind you of some of these things?
I can deal quickly with the graduation fee. The graduation fee is the graduation fee. There are strict activities that constitute graduation fee. Transcript, letter recommendation, diploma cover, rental of hall, a souvenir program printing. All of those are critical things, rental generators, if you don't have to do that. So those we have calculated that it is not exceeding $75 per student. Okay? For maximum, if your students are not too many, $100 per student to cover the cost, period. All the other things, students want to pay projects, they want to pay toilet, they want to do this for the school. That one that is students' initiative, they should deal with their parents. I don't want any school saying the student is collecting money, the school is collecting money for us for graduation fee. That's right. Now, the students who took the WIAC before, the issue we talk about 9th grade does not apply to 6th grade, does not apply to 3rd grade. 3rd grade and 6th grade are strictly for evaluation purposes. They are for evaluation purposes. 9th grade is an exam, is to determine whether or not you fit for senior secondary, and the 12th grade exam is to see whether you fit for post-secondary education. Basically, that's it. So if the student in the 3rd grade did not take the WIAC exam, and they want to 4th grade, that's fine. We're not going to hold them back. But next time we want to ask the school to pre-register the kids. However, if a child is in the 4th grade who did not take the WIAC exam in 3rd grade, even while they're in 4th grade, you can register them to take the exam so that they have preparation for 6th grade. If a child is in 6th grade and they did not take the exam and they went to 7th grade, or they failed portion of the exam and they went to 7th grade, that's a difference too. Once they didn't take the exam, you can also agree, even though they're in 7th grade, to take the exam in that year. The purpose is to make sure that the students know exactly that they are external exams, and they will have to take it when they get to 9, when they get to 12. When you're in the 9th grade and you do not take the WIAC exam, you are not eligible to go one step further until you are taking that exam. I want to just make that clarification. So please make sure that is the case. Now, for students who took the exam and they did not pass the 3, well, that's fine, but we can read for the resetter. WIAC has already reached out for 9th grade to do the resetter for that 1. You don't have to pass all 4. We didn't say pass 4, we said pass 3. So if you already passed 3, you didn't pass 1, you take the resetter and on you go to your 10th grade and go far. The students who grades were held up, there were students whose grades were held because of malfeasance in the 12th grade.
Yeah.
And they were caught cheating, and so the result of particular subject were not passed. You see, WIAC is the policeman. We are the driver. We don't tell the policeman what to do. They have a criteria for running WIAC. If Ministry of Education were running WIAC, then we would tell them what to do. But we can't tell them what to do. So what we're going to do is to engage them to do a resetter for those students in those particular subjects, so the students can go on with their lives. I will engage them. But basically what WIAC told me was the students should go to WIAC office. The students whose grades were held before, I talked to Buto before, they should go to WIAC office and have a conversation with them to see how they can help them to move on fast. So please tell your students to do that. In the meantime, I will also intervene.
Thank you so much, Minister.
I'm not able to go to all because the time is up.
Okay.
What other thing was critical you want me to talk about?
The time is out, Minister.
We get another guest on the background. Next time we'll do that. We want to say thank you so much for taking your time out this morning to be on the program, Education at Midweek. We appreciate you for your commitment and your professionalism. Thank you so much, Minister. We appreciate you.
Well,
okay, we want to say, Stewart, thank you for your collaboration and coordination. Many thanks to the management team of LBS for the partnership. This is rewarding. This is remarkable. This is historical. This is excellent. We hope that this coordination will continue so that we can coexist. Thank you so much, Stewart.
Thank you,
Maxim Bleetahn, coordinating with you. Thank you.
It was wonderful.
Thank you.
Well, that's all the time I had to be with you on the Super Bonus show this morning. It was wonderful. It was splendid. I know. And let me say congratulations to Damawa Fofana, who has been on camera, aided by Anthony Williams and Yaza Zuba. Of course, until tomorrow, Thursday, another edition of the Super Morning Show comes on behalf of the team headed by Saba George. My name is Melvin Stewart, bidding you a very pleasant goodbye from Painesville. Love Liberia and love your leaders and pray for your leaders and respect them, because tomorrow you will be in leadership and you will deserve respect. Have a wonderful and a God bless Wednesday from Painesville. Bye-bye.